These are what's known as Tophets. This is at Carthage. Carthage was started by um, Jezebel's grand nephew. Um, there are Tophets in Israel because there were Canaanite people there. They worshiped the same gods, like Dagon, Astaroth, and Moloch. Moloch and Dagon were the two main ones. They did have the horned altered style that you'd see in basically the Jewish temple. Um, but yeah, these are the Tophets of Carthage. Although they'd store the cremated bones in urns, or the ashes, I should say. This is one of the first ones they dug up, and I just want to show you something where it's a fake picture, and that is this thing. This is a Tophet of Molech and Hinnom. You know the the valley of Gehenna. Well, that was the valley of Hinnom. That's where Tophets were, where they kill infants. Healthy infants, by the way. So the only use for it was a garbage dump. So it was very, in many ways, it was hell. But this bowl type thing, it didn't exactly look like that. It was a torture device that was actually used in Carthage. It actually wasn't used really as a Tophet. That, I believe, is Al-Uzza or Astarte or Shira. This, if I'm not mistaken, that's still Carthage. I thought that was Canaan, although they had the same gods, just like how the Anglo-Saxons and the Vikings had the same gods, basically. If I'm not mistaken, the Tophets that were in Israel had buildings built over them like this. So that they wouldn't, because it's offensive to Judaism, really, to have, that type of thing. Let's get back to where it is. But I wanted to show you this part, or my viewers this, before I went on to going through Isaiah and Jeremiah, showing that God is a fire and depicts himself as fire. But the Tophet is, it's very horrifying. And they also practice temple prostitution. There was no nice, peaceful form of paganism. It was extremely brutal. So, there you go. I believe most Jewish people know about Tophets, but I don't know that many Christians know what Gehenna really was. It was the valley of Hinnom, where they would expose babies or burn them alive. Many times against the will of the parents. And just as temple prostitution was against the will of the girls and the parents. So, just wanted to let you in on that. the Romans actually liked this practice, but you can imagine if the Christians put an end to it. There's the Tophet in Sardinia. Because guess who was it controlled by? It was controlled by Carthage. Certain sites included an area called the Tophet containing a large number of infant sacrifices. Tophets reflect one aspect of fertility cult, which the firstborn child was thought to belong to the deity and therefore was sacrificed. Deities rewarded the parents' sacrifices, the firstborn with future utility. Not the records that we have. A definition of a Tophet, a shrine south ancient Jerusalem where human sacrifices were performed to Molech. In Jeremiah 7:31, synonyms hell, Gehenna. Although it's in Jeremiah, it's not only in Jeremiah, it's in Isaiah as well, and it's in a few other books of the Bible. So, there you go. That's hell, that's Gehenna, and it revolves around the Tophet. And if you don't believe that Tophets exist to this day, check out Planned Parenthood. It's terrible, but that never existed. That's just an artist rendering. Tophet, Gehenna, or Gehan. This is a place of the damned according to the Jewish and Christian doctrines. Originally a place where children were burned as sacrifices to the god Molech or Dagon. I don't know why they don't add Dagon with that. Later made into a garbage dump to discourage the reintroduction of such rites. The imagery of burning humans supplied the concept of hellfire to Jewish and Christian doctrines. I don't know how much I agree with that. The Old Testament you can find, in Joshua, Levi, 2nd Chronicles, 2nd Kings 23:10. There's a big one, the burning place, Tophet, or part of the Valley of Hinnom, and Judah's guilt, Jeremiah again, and a lot in Isaiah. Okay, that's it for that. I just wanted to inform you what the Tophet was, what Gehenna means, and what the Valley of Hinnom was. Peace to you all, and I hope this doesn't give you nightmares.